Coach Jackson. Nathan McCreary here for week number 9 recap with the chat. I hope you guys are active and, keeping us honest here. Boy, our chat has been on fire, Coach, keeping us honest and something like, no, you idiots. Yeah, UTRGV is eligible for the playoffs and this person, that person. But, hey, big weekend of college football, especially in the FCS. Here on the FCS CheckDown, Coach Ron Jackson from Tennessee. I'm Nathan McCreary from Ackworth, Georgia. And, Coach, we had a couple storylines we're going to go through real quick. Like it was Montana rolling huge. Michael Wortham is good, by the way, if you didn't know. That's a headline. The Blue Hose Blues, Coach Jackson. Drake 4-0 in the Pioneer League. Rhode Island 5-0 in the CAA. Tennessee Tech, they know how to fly. Delaware State makes a statement. Lehigh 8-0 in the conference. How about them running Monmouth Hawks? Monmouth picks up a win on the ground. The Pop-Tarts are 9-0. See la light. Seeing the light, 4-0 in the Southern Southland Conference. Lamar also 4-0 in the Southland Conference. Mercer passing Bears, 538 passing yards for their young quarterback. And then the game that everyone was waiting for turned out to be a not such of a good game there, Coach Jackson, between South Dakota State and North Dakota State. It is NDSU all day long over the Jackrabbits. They're going to remember that one for a long time. That one's going to hurt, Coach. But how the heck are you? How was Eastern Kentucky? How was Richmond, Kentucky? And how's the fam?
You know what? We're doing good. We got there early, got a chance to see Ryan on Friday, which was good. It was my wife's birthday, so got a he got her a plant and a card. So he's trying. The only bad thing, I mean, the weather was great Friday, and then Saturday we're expecting the same kind of weather. It's a little cooler, and we wasn't really dressed for the occasion, so we had to leave the game at halftime. And it was a good game when we left, and I'm afraid I took the feng shui with us because Tarleton came out that second half and played really well.
Yeah. By the way, NDSU fan, New Age retro maj in quick. Bison seriously handled their business. They sure did. And then Brandon Haddock. Anyone know a good coach? Poor Brent Dearman there in Florence. We'll talk about those games. Well, that's so great. So yeah, it was the Pop-Tarts really put one on Eastern Kentucky. But I mean, not that you were expecting it to be a thumping, but the offense for Eastern Kentucky has been a problem all season long, and just, gosh, you wonder, wonder.
They try. I mean, I didn't see the game. I know they tried another quarterback at second half, and he's a freshman and might have he's got to get some playing time sometime. I don't know that he expected it right then, and things just kind of got out of hand. But it was a good homecoming, a lot of good food, a lot of good people. Eastern had a good turnout. Now, this is a little off topic, but I always stay at the True Hotel in Omega Sci-Fi. They had the entire lobby decked out like a club. They had a cash here. Oh yeah, dude. I done heard Atomic Dog 350 times.
Oh, nice. Maybe we can do
Saturday.
I had this.
Yeah. Big out back. There was probably 100 of them in the lobby from 6 to 12.
Dang.
So, yeah, we had a good time.
Good for you. Well, good. Steve McKenzie believes the game was all your fault, the coach. So
it had to have been. It was 10-7 at halftime, and we were playing decent.
Yeah.
And but I had to tell you, it was cold. I didn't have my good draw. Well, excuse me. I didn't have my heated underwear on. Didn't have my heated socks on. Dude, it was rough. So I had to go.
Well, let me just on that. Does it defense plays well, right, for EKU? Were they just worn down after? I mean, they stayed on the field a long time.
Yeah, I think coming again. I wasn't at the game, but I think coming out of halftime, the way I understand it, a quick 3 and out or something like that. Then Tarleton scores, and then next possession, I think first play gets a strip sack, puts them in good position that scores. So that kind of stretches it out. And and at that time, it's tough sledding against Tarleton because let me tell you, up close, dude, they're the real deal.
Yeah.
Gabalis he handles that team really well. They're very big. They're very impressive. I again, I looked at something Tim Rosario said this weekend, where he's got North Dakota State clearly number one, and so do I. Well, 2 through 6 is about what he considers the same, and I'm the same way. So I've said all along I thought Tarleton was probably number 6, but in my mind they're probably 3 or 4. Could be 2. I mean, you don't know, but all those teams 2 through 5, 2 through 6, about the same. So,
yeah.
But they stack up well. They're impressive.
Yeah, Steve McKenzie said the EKU couldn't get a stop there in the third. And Brandon Haddock, I have not made the mustard slaw yet. However, I have went to the store and got the ingredients, so I'm looking forward to maybe making it this week. I try not to do too much hot dogs, and it just so happens that y'all were talking about hot dogs so much. I got a 6-pack or 8-pack, whatever it is, of hot dogs, and had them every single day last week for lunch. So, but it is in my near future. So I will definitely give you an update, Brandon, on that. And Steve McKenzie will be a fun team to watch in the playoffs. Tarleton's for real. Yeah, you know what? I think that's the kind of stuff we want to see. The teams look like they're going to be fun in the playoffs. So let's go ahead and get to some of our games, Coach Jackson. And I've done it again. I've kind of retooled the recap graphics. So, Coach, you let me know if it's easy to read or not. I'm going to actually do what? Yeah.
Glasses on, so I'll be in and out.
Yeah, you might have to. Vienna hot dogs are on fire. Vienna hot dogs are the best, and they're so difficult to find. You can find them on Amazon. Steve McKenzie mentioned Vienna beef hot dogs are the best of the best of the best, right? But to order 10 on Amazon with the black sesame seed buns that they come with, you didn't know where I was going with that, did you? Yeah. The black sesame seed buns. It's about $100 for 10. So yeah. So, all right, let's go ahead and get into some of this, Coach. We're going to roll through these. We have a lot of games to talk about. This is the first one up. How's the graphic look? Can you see okay?
You know what? I like that. It looks good.
Good. We're just toying with some things because it does take a lot. Anyway, Montana and Sacramento State. It was the evening game on Friday. 49-35 was the score. Kelly Ayotte had a fantastic game. 3 touchdowns. He was 15 or 16 for 24, 196 yards passing. Cardell Williams for Sacramento State kept them in that game. 330 yards passing, a touchdown. But it was Michael Wortham, the wide receiver, was fantastic. They lined that guy up in every single position, and I am just telling you, this kid is legit. Did you get a chance to watch any of the highlights or watch the game, Coach Jackson?
I actually watched the game on Friday, and I thought Sacramento State came to play. I mean, they brought their A game. They didn't. They didn't make many mistakes or anything like that. Montana's just that much better, and they're a good football team. I thought the go-go offense was going, but at first they were just trading scores, and I thought, you know what? As soon as Montana decides to play a little defense, this one's over.
Yeah.
And that's kind of what happened to them. But yeah, right. Montana's good. Did you see where they? I think they sent Sacramento State's president a Panda Express lunch today.
Oh, I did not see that.
Yeah.
I did see that there was a couple of comments. I think maybe you sent me where they had the meme. They took the L from
California,
Sacramento, California, and the L is a big stinking L. Yeah, they're good. 14 points in the fourth quarter for both these teams. It was the 21 points there in that second quarter for Montana that lifted them over Sacramento State. Michael Wortham, the player of the week there in the Big Sky. So big things coming. Their offensive is fun. You look at Sacramento State and what they talk about Brendan Marion bringing a offense. By the way, sometimes on the sidelines, he looks like he's looking for answers from like assistant coaches or something, and looks lost. I don't know. There were those moments where he just didn't look like he was very comfortable yet. And he obviously first year head coach down there, but they did put up 192 yards on the ground, 337 yards. It's probably the best they've looked against a really tough competition. It was a game that was Montana looked like they were going to hold on and really control that game. But Sacramento State hung around, and those broke the panda. Those are really tricky games when you let them roll around and hang around. But good, congratulations, Montana Grizz. They pick up the win, and Sacramento State's finding their way, and that's kind of a little scary there in the Big Sky, in my opinion. We'll see what happens. Any final thoughts on that, there, Coach?
Well, you know what? Probably the final thing I'd like to say of it, shame on the Sacramento State community for not coming out and supporting that team in that game any better than what they did. I think the crowd was a little disappointing from what I saw on television. I would have thought that place would have been rocking, but, I guess they got other things to do out in Sacramento, and it's a shame because they did miss out on a fantastic game.
They did. It was a good game. Montana winning on the road, and that's a big win for them. Up next, a huge disappointment for the Blue Hose. They pick up their first loss of the season, now 7-1, 3-1 in the Pioneer League. Probably knocks them out of the playoffs. 35-19 was the score there, Coach Jackson. Presbyterian jumped out to a 13-0. No, I'm sorry. They took the lead. It was 7-7. They took the 13-7 lead in the first quarter. But then 21 points by Dayton in that second quarter was what they needed. And congrats to Dayton. That's a huge win for them. 6-2, 4-1 in the Pioneer League. You kind of felt like, and I picked this one, you kind of felt like this was coming for Presbyterian. And you know what? It was just time, and the Blue Hose, they got theirs this weekend, and that is disappointing. They'd have been fun to watch, to see them compete, but just Dayton knocked them off, and I think that's their high horse that's gone, and I think Presbyterian probably loses another game, and there's no chance that Pioneer gets two teams in the conference, in the playoffs rather.
Yeah, I can stop beating that dead horse, because that ain't going. I was surprised that Presbyterian lost the middle eight. Especially second quarter. And I'm also a little surprised they didn't. Offense kind of fell off the wagon the second half too. But I mean, listen, from where those guys have come the last couple of years to what they're having now, they're off to they're having a good season. I can't take nothing away from them, but it's a bad loss for them, especially for their playoff hopes. It's a good win for Dayton.
Take nothing away from what they're building over there in a non-scholarship program. Super cool to see. Drake is now in the driver's seat. And take a look at this one. Harvard, there's your comment there, Steve McKenzie. Harvard is legit. I mean, that's just the reality of it. 35-14 over Princeton. Jaden Craig, that kid is phenomenal. 216 yards, 16 for 29, touchdown. They controlled this game. No problems there for Harvard. This one was a little bit surprising, Coach. Duquesne fell to Wagner. 24-13. That's a huge disappointment. Tyler Riddell, former quarterback at ETSU with the big flowing locks, had 21 for 30, 163 yards, but no rushing game. Came one-dimensional. And Wagner picking up a huge win there in the NEC. Elon, Coach Jackson, you picked this one. Elon in Maine. Maine shocks Elon 35-14. Now Maine 4-4 overall, but 3-1 in the conference. Recognize the name Carter Peavy, Coach Jackson, a former quarterback there at Mercer with 260 yards and 2 touchdowns. Congratulations to them. 141 yards there rushing on the ground. And this is a big win for Maine. They're in the CAA. I think the CAA is up in the air. We'll talk about Rhode Island here shortly. Listen, this is that's a little bit of a shock. A couple games there that were a little bit shocking.
Yeah, well, Coach once told me that football is a funny game played with an odd-shaped ball that takes funny bounces, and that's what happened there. That's a huge win for Maine. It puts them in the conversation. Maybe to challenge Rhode Island coming down the road. I don't think Maine and Rhode Island have played yet, and if you catch them later on, might be their ticket.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. The CAA is a little tricky right now. We'll have to see. A couple people picking Dartmouth over Harvard. They're in the Ivy League. That'll be interesting. I'm not so sure I'm buying that stock, but we'll see. Up next, Coach Jackson, it's the Golden Eagles fly 42-23 over SEMO. They're now 8-0, 5-0 in the OVC. Kiko Vesperis 12 for 23. I wouldn't say it was their best effort there in Cookeville, Tennessee, but it was a win nonetheless. Take a look at this. You see the numbers: first downs. SEMO had more first downs, and they had more total yards. Somehow Golden Eagles find a way to get this one done in 42 points. They had 14 points there in the second, and then 21 in the fourth. You put up 21 points in the fourth quarter, Coach Jackson, you're going to win a lot of ball games, and that's exactly what Tennessee Tech did there.
Yeah, 2 turnovers by SEMO hurt them. And listen, I'm not. I like Tennessee Tech. I'm not completely sold on them just because of the strength of schedule that they got. But you got to play who's on your schedule, and SEMO's probably the most athletic team that they've played so far. I like how they're progressing. I'm just still a little concerned with the strength of the schedule part.
Yeah, and that's what we're going to kind of come down to, and that's one of the reasons we talk about, or even Presbyterian going undefeated at one point. Their strength of schedule is tough, and but you're starting to look at those things at this point in the season, and strength of schedules can keep those teams out of the. We've seen it time and time again, keep you out of the playoffs. So you have to be careful about who you're scheduling. Okay, up next we've got William and Mary in New Hampshire. It was the Wildcats picking up a win, 34-24 over New Hampshire. I picked Bill and Mary, and I didn't like the pick, and now I remember why. This one's a disappointing loss for William and Mary, and I see some guys in the chat saying that the NCAA FCS official website had posted that William and Mary's likely a playoff team. I don't think so. Coach, any thoughts on this one?
Well, they'd be a round one playoff loss. They're just up and down. I really don't understand it. They got a good coach. They're well funded. Just very inconsistent, and they've actually become more like Richmond to me. But at least 2 or 3 eggs every year. The disappointing thing is, dude, you see them play and you think, golly, that they're team from the East that could challenge, and then they just play dead a couple of games now.
Yeah.
And this was one of them.
Yeah. And then you kind of start marking those teams off in the CAA, so
right.
Another team gone. Hey, this was a game, a little bit of surprise. Delaware State, if you didn't see their uniforms, by the way, Coach, those uniforms were freaking crisp. Red pants, and it's not that red. It's not like a cherry red. I don't know what kind of red it is, but it is a unique looking color, like Houston Oilers red, white tops, the blue helmets. My favorite uniform combo, and it gets it done. 5-3, 1-0 in the MEAC. Great game there for Delaware State. I think this is a statement game for them, statement win for them, Coach Jackson. And I do believe that I think they're making a turn, and Deshaun Jackson has something going on there. And I think this could be good. I reached out to him to see if he could come on the podcast for Wednesday. We'll see what happens.
Well, I hope he does. Listen, what I like about their uniforms is the red that you're talking about. It's just enough.
Yeah.
It doesn't. Not like my Steelers last night. They look like mustard packets. It's not terrible. Overpowering. It's just enough red to bring it to your attention, and combined with their logo. If folks would put the same amount of attention on their logo that Delaware State does, we wouldn't have that off-centered Y at Youngstown State. But more to the game. Yeah, I think Deshaun Jackson has done a fantastic job. When him and Mike named as coaches, I always like it. You know what? It kind of bugs me that they overstep some of the other lower or assistant coaches. They get kind of bumped up in line when it comes to being a head coach because they got professional experience. Both of them, I think, have done a really good job with their teams. And I think Michael Vick's situation is a little different than
Yes.
Deshaun.
Deshaun.
But I really think he has
Coach
done one.
Jackson. Sorry.
And he's got the fire haircut of any coach in the FCS or Division I right now.
Okay. I like it.
Yeah.
I like
He's
it.
still got the dreads, you know.
Hey, whatever. But, and they play, Michael Vick and Deshaun Jackson play this weekend in that Delaware State, Norfolk State game. So should be fun. Steve McKenzie coming in. Why would the Steelers think those uniforms are a good idea? They did those throwbacks. I mean, when the Green Bay did them, and they took everything off, and they're blue and all kind of stuff, but I don't know. Listen, I'm a huge Bucks fan, so like the throwback. Hang on, let's see if I get without knocking this stuff over. This. Oh, there it goes.
Right.
that is about as throwback as I get. And when they get real crazy, I don't know.
That sickle orange jersey with the white outline and that helmet, pretty impressive.
Let me tell you, and the orange. I grew up with that stuff. Brandon Haddock says, "Wish more logos was like the Arkansas Pine Bluff." That big, blown out lion.
Man, play.
Yeah, it's like whatever. Yeah, creamsicles are a classic. Definitely. I may have worn that helmet on Sunday with me and my daughter were kind of watching it through, FaceTiming and stuff because Bucks didn't look good. Didn't look good. Yeah. They're injury riddled, but Leroy Selman. As a matter of fact, I got a signed Leroy Selman helmet somewhere back there, Hall of Fame type stuff. But okay, we get off on the topic of the Bucks. But Deshaun Jackson and Michael Vick play this weekend. Should be a good one, and I think it's gonna be a good test because they both are gonna have something to prove, and they want to kick the shit out of each other. So it will be a fun game to kind of check out. All right, this one was not so much fun for another Virginia school, Hampton, Virginia, which is where Michael Vick hails from. They took their thumping to Monmouth Hall. Give them credit. They played tough. Put up 10 points there in the final quarter to make it interesting. But no, I'm sorry. It was 10 points. They put up the 7 in the third quarter, 3 in the first. Not much of a competition. This was the run game. Frankie Weaver, 14 for 25 and 122 yards. The big number, Rodney Nelson, career high, 4 touchdowns, 233 yards on the ground. This was a massive game for Monmouth, and they can show they can win without Derek Robertson, but only 28 points. Finally, the defense showed up, Coach Jackson, against Hampton. What do you think?
Well, they got 2 turnovers. And Hampton played them pretty good. I mean, if it wasn't for 14-10 going into the fourth quarter, they just kind of, like I said, 2 turnovers takes that game away. I'm glad to see their defense, Monmouth's defense, come to play a little bit. However, holding Hampton to 10 doesn't really stir my drink. So
yeah.
And I'll say this: only putting up 28 points. I mean, maybe they were saving it for the next game or anything like that. So I just kind of washed that game away, and I'm going to look forward to Monmouth's results this week.
Okay, I'm going to see if I can do this. They're saying look at the that came in.
The APB a little closer. Okay.
Yeah. Let me see if I could do this. I'm trying to see if I can. Add. Oops. Oh, it's telling me no.
What are we looking for? What?
Yeah. I don't know. I'm trying to see the Arkansas Pine Bluff. Well, it won't let me drag that in. Let me go here and let me go +1. Nope, that's not what I'm looking for. Screen share. That's what I'm looking for. Hang on. Let's see if I can. Oh, I want Coach Jackson in there. This is a professional broadcast, folks. Coach, you're a little off kilter, but we'll publish this. This is what I see. Oops. Let me move this over.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, I got
it. Oh wait. Oh, it does describe it. His red eyes, Arkansas, right facing. Forming the letters. Oh, they form the letters. The UAP, University of Arkansas Pine Bluff. Yeah, I did know that, but I forgot about that.
I mean, I get that. I mean, you'd have to be looking real close, and that's to me that's like a bad joke. That if you have to explain the, you know, and honestly, how many teeth he got in there? 4, 5, something like.
No, he's got some pretty teeth. I would say the lion's face is legit. I like the lion face. But you know.
See, I don't. The ears on top like that with all the hair in the back and the bee laying to the side, that's a no for me, dog.
Yeah. Chris Montroglo checking in. Huge problem at quarterback. Well, yeah, but the more snaps Frankie Weaver's getting with the first team. Let the young man develop. He played just a few games in real time, and then now he prepared for Hampton, which is probably a tough game to kind of get juiced for. But you know, we'll see. Well, I'll hold judgment on that guy. That line has gone Super Saiyan.
I guess that's an anime reference, maybe. I guess. I don't know.
New Age had to help us out with that. We're old. Better than just an E. Are you? I guess EKU's E with the line underneath.
Yeah. We put a lot of work into that logo.
Yeah, I remember ETSU came out with their new logo when the football team came, and it's just the E with the Tennessee in the middle.
Right.
Like, oh my god. Oh my God! Hey, New Age is 42. He says, yeah. So Super Saiyan, maybe. I'm not sure. Brandon loves that logo. We're gonna just have to do a freaking logo show, Coach. That's just the way it goes. All right, let's get back.
Dude, I got them ranked. I got a top 10 and I got a bottom 10.
Yeah, we talked about doing it. We just got sidetracked from all the other nonsense. Hey, speaking of nonsense, how about West Georgia picking up a win against Central Arkansas? They're back on their winning ways. Davin Widener checks back into the game, 175 yards and 2 touchdowns. He also was the leading rusher. Davin Widener's a winner, right? He knows how to win. And congratulations to West Georgia picking up a win there in UAC. Central Arkansas, unfortunately, Nathan Brown is an alumni. They're probably going to have to look at that position there very, very carefully, Coach Jackson.
Yeah, you know what? Let me start with West Georgia. Their quarterback, when he plays, he doesn't have a big arm or anything like that, but he is a game manager. You know, and literally he has to be a game manager. He had to come back in the fourth quarter to pull out that game against Central Arkansas, and Central Arkansas was playing really well at that time too. That's a good, solid win for West Georgia. Now on the on the flip side of things, you know, the Central Arkansas's got some things to think about with their staff too.
And, you know, you think about them a couple years ago. They had 2 big wide receivers, a quarterback, and you kind of thought, if you can't get it done with the NFL level wide receivers and a good quarterback, you gotta wonder. And hasn't gotten any better for Nathan Brown over there. And we love Nathan Brown, but got to pick up some wins.
I think it was Winningham and maybe Xavier Gibson. Xavier Gibson, I think.
Gibson was SFA, but it was Willingham and maybe
Hudson.
Yeah, or something like that. I couldn't remember their name. Both of them went to into the NFL, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah.
Well, not only that, they had 2 All-American running backs. They had Darius Hale he come there as had the kid that started UNA and then transferred over super fast.
The kid from
he's running back.
It wasn't Sean Derrick Powell. That was it.
Sean Derrick Powell. Yeah. That's exactly who it was.
Fantastic.
They're loaded, and you know it's a good place to play. It's got ugly carpet. It's hard to see around there. They get good fan support, but literally kind of falling off the the wagon. Even back before when they had Braylon, what's it? Quarterback Braylon Edwards, I believe. Back in 2020, 2021, they were loaded. Hadn't taken the next step.
Yeah, and that's the thing is, Especially now with the transfer portal, you got a few years and two maybe at this level. So, all right, jumping back into the games. This one was one. Listen. Timothy called this one. I've talked crap about South Dakota being overrated all year long, and then I went and picked them, and Illinois State got the win 21-13. Rittenhouse shows he's real. What a great day for him. 18 for 27, 2 touchdowns. Aiden Bauman still has problems. LJ Phillips Jr. with 129 yards on the ground. When you got a player like LJ Phillips Jr. in the run game, and he's able to pick up 129 yards, somebody's got to pick it up on the passing game, and just not doing it. Only 173 yards through the air. Not enough, and tough. And they had the ball for 36 minutes. I'm not sure how you lose that one, but it was a loss. Illinois State picks up a win and kind of gets people talking about them again. That's a quality-ish win, but I'm saying it's probably smoke and mirrors for South Dakota. I don't think they're that good.
Yeah, I as much as I hate to say it, I have to agree with you. And I was expecting them to, I knew they'd lost a lot from last year, and I thought that they would get a little better and a little better each week and be rolling come the playoff time. But it's just not working. Illinois State's a tough place to play, and Coach Spack does a great job with his team. I didn't expect a blowout, but I did expect them to put up more than 7 points in the second half.
Yeah. South Dakota's got some stuff to work on. And Chris Monstroglo comes in with a little curveball. Is it true kids can transfer midseason if coach is fired? Yes, they have 30 days to transfer if a coach is fired. It happened there at Virginia Tech, and I think they lost like 7 or 8 players into the portal 5 games into the season. So, and that's
play.
That. Do what?
They can't play.
They cannot play. That's correct. Yeah, but they can leave the program and enter the transfer portal. And of course, everything's going to that one portal time frame. So we'll see how that works out. But that was mentioned during the game. Gosh, I don't remember what game I was watching in the evening. It was an FBS game, I believe, and they mentioned that, and the color analyst, who's usually a former coach or football player, was just like, "What are we doing? This is terrible. We got to figure this thing out. This can't be."
Yeah,
I agree with him.
I'm gonna tell you, I'm waiting for the day that the coach gets, maybe Steinbrenner's the athletic director or something like that. Coach gets fired at halftime.
Yeah,
they're losing, and their quarterback transfers at halftime to the other team, and comes back and leads them to a victory or something like that.
Yeah. I mean, what could you imagine? Could you imagine? So silly. All right, let's get back in. We're going to roll through these next ones. Coach, UC Davis picks up a win. Not too much of a surprise. Northern Colorado is a much improved team, but UC Davis is that a backup quarterback there they had maybe playing for them. So is that right?
Yeah, I believe.
Yeah,
I believe so.
Yeah, 3 touchdowns, 2 interceptions, 216 yards. They get it done. 27-16. UC Davis now 6-1, 4-0 in the Big Sky. This was a bit of a surprise. Gardner Webb picking up a win over Lindenwood in a big way. It was Pennington with 252 yards, a touchdown. And the running back there, Grossuck, had 119 yards on the ground. Nate Glantz, 17 for 32 for Lindenwood with 2 interceptions. Can't turn the ball over there. But good for Gardner Webb, Coach. They're 5-3, 3-1 in the OVC. Happy to see it. You're not going to be happy to see this one, Coach. Sorry. Tarleton, 31-7 over EKU. We'll just go right back by that. Victor Gabalis is legit. And then here's a game, Coach. We're going to stop on this one. Bama State, 56-13 over Alabama A&M. Body is just, Bodie, whatever his name is, Coach. This kid is fantastic, and that was a fun game to watch.
Dude, he must be Kappa Alpha Psi too, because after one of his touchdowns, he does the whole step show. I cannot believe he didn't get a penalty for excessive celebration, but he hit that little stroll on the sideline clean.
I like it.
But he's a fantastic athlete. He's
Yeah.
getting got a lot of support. He's got that community on his back. I would put him in I'd start my Heisman Trophy campaign for him right now if I was them.
Yeah, I'm telling you, Mr. Rongler, Bodie is the real deal. He sure is, and he's fun to watch, and he does kind of remind me of a Michael Vick type player that's just
electric.
Yeah. Yes, Steve McKenzie said it was on replay. Not entertaining, but Alabama State is really good. Yeah, I agree with that. I kind of was watching as, a Bodie fan, just kind of see what he can do. So Bama State for the rest of the season. Yeah, go Hornets for Brandon Haddock. Yeah, they're legit. I guess with NAU or UNA not really doing much, you might as well go for Bama State. It should be a good one. They're going to be all right. All right, up next, Towson falls to Stony Brook. Coach Jackson, you called this one. You take a look. 27-19 was the score there. Stony Brook really just dominated the football game. Towson with that, I thought it was going to be that young quarterback. They went to a different quarterback now. So Endorf, whatever his name was, did not play, but it was a dominating effort there for Stony Brook. And here's the game that Brandon Haddock was talking about. North Alabama absolutely destroyed by the Governors. When they do things like this, Coach, you got to think Austin Peay. There's something to this Austin Peay, football program. At least starts with that young quarterback Parsons. Really impressed with them. I think. Gosh, they're a fun team. They're a fun team to watch. You put up 56 points. I know it's North Alabama's not really a team that you think can be dominant or can compete, but they beat EKU and they look like they were doing some good things. But that was a rough housing they took from Austin Peay.
Well, I'll go ahead and give everybody the secret or the T on Austin Peay or the P on Austin Peay.
Okay, don't pee on Austin Peay. Don't give us the P.
Yeah, when it's going good, it's going great for them. They're the emotional roller coaster team to me. Yeah. When it's going well, everything's going to be going well for them. But when it's going bad, it goes downhill on them quick. So it's important for that group of young men to get out, have a lot of energy, and that's what they do. They got about 50 coaches. They do about 200 or 300 jumping jacks and all that. They got a lot of hype. And that gets them going. And like I said, when the engine's running, dude, they're on time. But when things start going downhill, that's the challenge for them to mature a little bit. But if you can get them in an adversarial position when adversity strikes, that's about the only chance you got to beat them.
Yeah. And by the way, Steve McKenzie says, Steve Hotchkiss says EKU beat Austin Peay. So. They did. And that's what you're talking about, Coach Jackson. Exactly there. All right. Hey, this was a little bit of a surprise game. It stayed close. By the way, Stanford Steve for the college game day had an East Texas A&M pullover on for the game day show. He wears a lot of FCS stuff. That was pretty cool to see. But Stephen F. Austin pulls out the win. Sam Vidlac, their quarterback there, 309 yards, 30 for 46, 2 touchdowns, 3 interceptions. 124 yards on the ground. They held the East Texas A&M to 19 yards on the ground, so that EKU defense looks pretty stout. Pick up a big win, a nice win there. They are 6-2 and 4-0 in the Southland. Montana State, no problem with Cal Poly, 34-17 in this one. Lamson had 176 yards, and then Jordan Davis with 175 yards on the ground and a touchdown. It's the UTRGV, the Vaqueros, 56-28. Coach, I think we all picked UIW in this one, and as soon as I did, I thought this could get ugly. Marburger, 440 yards through the air, 6 touchdowns. What? They're setting all kind of records there for UTRGV. They're getting votes in the top 25 now. I think unwillingly they're getting votes in the top 25, especially the stats perform, because they're getting like just a few votes here and there. But hey, they deserve it. I'm very happy for them. They picked up a win. UIW is a team that's like, what's the They're a team that was high ranked and then completely collapsed. And UTRGV shows up, puts up 56 on, if I'm not mistaken, UIW was picked number 1 in the preseason poll. Not that they mean anything, but hey, UTRGV, congratulations to the Vaqueros. I know you were fired up about that.
Dude, I'm a Vaquero fan right now, dude.
Was that Pistols
going on? Oh yeah,
Let's
dude.
Go.
I'm going down there next year. I had no idea how far in South Texas it was, so I'm gonna have to make me play early.
It's on their logo, by the way. It's way at the bottom. They have it on their logo just to let people know. I mean, Rio Grande Valley.
What a fantastic fantastic program, fantastic fan support. It tickles me if you go on there. There's they play this great music, and it's so great that the opposing team really can't help but dance to it, and that's what they're looking for.
Psychological warfare. Dude, psychological warfare.
They have I can't wait to see them play Stephen F. Austin. And I know they're going to where Stephen F. Austin's where the state penitentiary museum is or something. Nacogdoches.
Yes.
That's where I wish they were playing them in Vaquero Land, because that would be a tremendous atmosphere. You know what? They got my respect. I'm a fan. I'm looking forward. Bump this game. I can't give you no review on this one, but I can't wait for the next one.
Yeah, I tell you, it was fun to see. And Chris Monstrangelo, real quick before we move on, we're talking about SFA. Coach Colby Carthel was on the show. He said what a great guest he was. You have no idea. This guy, Coach Carthel, is one of the most dynamic personalities you'll see. He had so the Battle of Piney Woods was Sam Houston and SFA, big FCS rivalry game. And during that game a couple years ago, he just took his shirt off and started spinning, trying to get the crowd into it, and coached with his freaking bare chested. I mean, the dude's freaking awesome.
Yeah.
That's it. Yeah. That's it.
Coach Carter, he's a fantastic dude.
Yeah. Kobe Kluth says Montana State. That's it. Yeah. I mean, listen. I mean, they picked up the win against Cal Poly. Not much else to talk about. I mean, they're going to roll. Brent Vegan doing a great job there. We expect them to kind of roll. So we'll see what happens. I mean, it was not a great game. I kind of watched some of the highlights of that. So we'll see. We'll see how it goes, Kobe. Thank you for checking in. Hadn't seen you on board yet so far. But let's get back into these games here. Let me roll the slide forward. This is the game that everybody was waiting for. It was NDSU 38-7 over South Dakota State Jackrabbits. Cole Payton.
Yeah.
Luke Marble was the backup quarterback. Chase Mason did not play. That became a topic of conversation there in the early goings of this one. A matter of fact, even a game day mentioned it. He was a 50-50 chance, but at that point you knew he ain't playing. Luke Marvel, a young man out of Smyrna, Georgia, got a chance to pick up a start there for South Dakota State. This was a thumping in Brookings. North Dakota State fans had to love it. 8-0 now and 5-0 in the MVFC. South Dakota State drops 7-1 and 3-1 in the MVFC. This is just the Cole Payton show, Coach Jackson. You wish they could have done it, and it been a full competition, and it just wasn't. And then when you play players hurt, and that kind of game when your players are injured.
Yeah. Well, hey, I tried like yes, and back to I'll address the Montana State. Like you said, with Montana State, they're good. There's nothing else to cover with them right now.
Yeah.
With the South Dakota, at some point during that ball game, I believe Cole had a 300 passer rating or something like that. He's literally unreal. And I understand that South Dakota State didn't have their starting quarterback, but he don't play defense, and they come out and put 31 on you in the first half. I thought North Dakota State did what I thought they would do. They flexed their muscles. They said, listen, we're hands down the best. How you like me now?
Yeah. Colby says Julius Davis. Did I call him something else besides Julius Davis, the quarterback? The running back there? Maybe. I don't know.
You might have. I don't know.
Made a mistake if I did. Sorry. Hey, hold me accountable, folks. Hold me accountable. Chris Monstrangelo says NDSU give him the title. Yeah, I don't. It's hard because listen, content's got a content. I want this to be competitive, right?
Yeah.
But right now, I don't know that anybody is I just don't see. If you watch North Dakota State play, nobody plays like them. Nobody.
Yeah.
So,
yeah. Hey, here's the other part of it. South Dakota State is still. I mean, they get mollywopped on Saturday, and they still probably one of the top 5 teams in the country. Is one thing. I wanted to see how far they would fall. I figured they probably wouldn't fall much past 4.
Well, they're tied for 4. They come up tied for 4th with Montana State.
Yeah, that tells you the divide right there.
Well, if Chase Mason is out for more, it's gonna be trouble.
Yeah.
It's gonna be trouble. So,
yeah.
All right. Okay, so let's go ahead and look at the standings, Coach Jackson, real quick. Just some playoff stuff that we can kind of get to talk about after these game reviews. Big Sky, you see Montana Grizzlies sitting on top, 8-0, 4-0 in the conference. UC Davis Aggies. Slow starting team makes me nervous for UC Davis, but they show up. I'd say they play, instead of a 60-minute game, they play like a 45-minute game, and that's dangerous. But when they play, they unleash. You see that 231 points. They have allowed 207 points. Do you see anybody there that's going to compete for Montana Grizz? You got the game. I got Montana State coming up to end the season.
Well, I mean, Montana State ought to be a pretty good game.
Yeah.
They're at least get 3 teams in the playoffs. Coach Plow, even though he's got a backup quarterback, it don't matter. He's the best quarterback coach, probably the best offensive mind in FCS football. So if they've got a full week to prepare, I'd take him in just about any game. Maybe not against North Dakota State, but no, I don't see anybody really upsetting them. They're the best 3 in that conference. So no, I do look forward to Montana State, but after that, it's a wrap with everybody else.
Yeah, and UC Davis plays Montana State the week before Montana, so that's going to be a heck of a weekend. People's talking about 4 or 5 teams, maybe 6 out of the Big Sky getting into the playoffs. All right, CAA is kind of a wonky thing. You got Rhode Island there at 5-0 in the conference, 7-2 overall, and then Monmouth are on their heels at 7-1 and 4-0, and they don't play each other, so you're gonna have to figure that thing out. Look at the points for Monmouth, 331 points put up by the Hawks. Now you got the question mark with Derek Robertson being out, and yeah. Tricky for CAA coming down the pipe.
Yeah, divide into 2 conferences and play a championship game. It's a shame that Rhode Island are not going to play. I think they're both good teams, and the shame of it is you can't match them up in the first round of the playoffs to see who would have won. Right. Both could be eliminated without playing each other, or I guess they could both meet in the championship game. But right. It's a shame that find a way to determine a champion without having to flip a coin.
Yeah, Rhode Island's got Elon, Maine, and Hampton left on their schedule, and I think Monmouth's is even lighter than that. They've got they've got Bryant, New Hampshire. NC-A&T picked up a win this weekend, and Albany. So you got Derek Robertson on the shelf with Bryant and New Hampshire coming up. That could be a little bit tricky there in the CAA. So we'll see how that one goes. Up next, just take a look at the Valley here. This got North Dakota State at 8-0, 5-0. They're going to run away with it. North Dakota Fighting Hawks do have North Dakota State at their home and South Dakota State at their home, so they can really play spoiler. And then South Dakota to everyone else, it's just a huge drop-off, Coach Jackson.
Yeah. No, North Dakota is the team to watch here. They've still got I think they've still got North Dakota on their schedule, or North Dakota State on their schedule left.
Oops,
If they've still got North Dakota State still on their schedule left, they're about the only team that has a shot.
Yeah.
But they're a huge spoiler, and good kudos for them. I think preseason they were picked near the end of the conference, and but they're legit. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I think they still get 5 teams in the playoffs.
Okay, you think 5 teams?
Yeah,
be close.
Well,
Illinois, Illinois State and Youngstown. Yeah, that'll be interesting to watch. Yeah, that'll be interesting to watch.
They get 4, 5, but I think they probably get 5.
Yeah, we'll have to see. It would be well, I guess you couldn't do it because of play-in, but I love the way the NBA is doing the play-in playoffs, playoff, this play-in games. They're just fun to watch. All right,
before you move, I proposed an idea. I think FCS teams should have their bowl games. Take the highest team that's not in that that doesn't make it to the playoffs, and let's get some extra games for these FCS teams. Let's play some bowl games around the country. That's
the problem is, Coach, and this is just being honest. The attendance to the low-end FBS bowl games, it's bad, right?
Yeah,
it's bad. They're corporate. They're just corporate monsters. They don't really, they're on ESPN and they got their TV revenue, but they're just not, they're not. Yeah. So now, if you did it in a way that the home team could host or something, then I think you got something there.
That's 5. And pick 5 spots. Like, I don't mean no harm. North Alabama would be one of them. Pick 5 spots and literally, anyway, that's my thought. Hopefully that private equity group will call me up and pay me a little money to come up with ideas for them, because I think that's a good one.
Hey, the Pop-Tart Bowl is they wait till the end till that mascot jumps into the toaster and goes down. So, I mean, come on.
Yeah.
Come on. Yeah. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. I mean, you could set up some type of regional thing, but I think your idea is to just add extra teams for those teams that are on the bubble, right?
Well, I mean, you're obviously going to have your playoff teams, but so again, maybe if it's not 5 bowl games, make it 4, a north, south, east, and west thing, so it can be regional. I want more teams. Every year we have 3 or 4 teams that get left out of the playoffs that think that they had a chance. I'd like to see them continue to be able to play.
Yeah. Well, and you have like the last 4 play.
Yeah.
And then you have some kind of whatever. You just don't have time. You just don't have enough time, and that's anyway. I mean, you can do something. I think the FCS is going to have to be creative, honestly. I think they're going to have to be creative. All right, in EC, this one kind of got turned on its head with the Duquesne losing. It looks like it's going to be Central Connecticut going to be in the driver's seat there. They do play each other the very last game of the season, if I'm not mistaken. So that could get interesting out of the NEC. The Patriot League, how about this? Lehigh Mountain Hawks, they picked up a win, stayed undefeated, 8-0, 3-0 in the conference. Lafayette is actually getting votes in the top 25, Coach Jackson, so that one could be interesting. I don't know if they play each other. They haven't played each other yet, have they?
I don't believe so. Well, they couldn't
give it a little look-see. Oops,
but there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. They only got 8 teams in the conference, I believe.
I was thinking they may have already played. No, they play the very last game of the season, November 22nd. Yeah. So
whoever come up with that schedule, kudos to them, because that's how it ought to be.
Yep, absolutely. Hey, look at Richmond down there, 4-4 and 1-3. All right, the Pioneer League got turned on its head as well, but Drake now 5-2, 4-0 in the playoffs, and Dayton Flyers on their heels. Presbyterian down there at the bottom. This is a one bid league, in my opinion. SoCon, Mercer running away with it, but you do have Western Carolina and Teron Dickens right there that should get interesting. Let's take a look at the remaining schedule for these two. Mercer, I mean, they found their quarterback. Obviously, they didn't have the quarterback to start the season. They've really found a great-looking quarterback there, and Braden Atkinson set all kind of records this weekend. Yeah, Western Carolina is the November 8th game for these two squads, so that will be a very, very big game there in the Southern Conference. And do what?
Hope the game that got canceled at the beginning of the year does not rear its ugly head to keep Mercer out of the playoffs.
Yes. Well, you're right. You're exactly right.
Yeah.
There you go. Steve McKenzie he's got his bowl game hat on. He's still thinking about those things. It's going to be a lot. About 7 to 8 teams win. Yeah, 12 games. So should be interesting. Yep, should be interesting to say the least. And then the Southland, Lamar at 7-1, Southeastern Louisiana at 6-2. They're both 4-0 in the conference, as well as Stephen F. Austin at 6-2. This one should be very interesting because I think they see Lamar in Southeastern Louisiana do not play each other. I do believe Lamar plays SFA. Let's take a little look-see-do and look at Stephen F. Austin's remaining schedule.
Dude, Stephen F. Austin better be ready Saturday.
Oh, boy. They play UT RGV and then Lamar on the 15th. Oh, boy. You want to play spoilers, UT RGV? And, oh, boy. It'd get interesting there.
Yeah. If that game was down in Rio Grande Valley, I'd be tempted to pick the Vaqueros.
Yeah. It's always funny because no matter what, you're like, hey, I'm really into this team. And then it's like, well, I'm not so sure I can pick them, though. I'm just not so sure I can pick them. Because then if they lose, then you're like, oh, well, back to reality. Right. But
that's how I feel picking the Citadel every year.
Yeah. That's right. You do have some big games coming up this week. You've got the North Dakota and South Dakota. That's the Sitting Bull Trophy. Big rivalry game coming up this weekend, and you should have some good football. We'll talk about that on Wednesday night, and we're reaching out to some coaches and some players to join us on Wednesday. Probably another 9 o'clock show. But again, great interaction. Outstanding. Here's Austin checking in. UT RGV hasn't played a defense as strong as SFA's yet. The SFA pass rush is too much for them. I'm not going to disagree with that. Well, but they've surprised me already a good bit, so we'll see. And then Southeastern Louisiana wins out. Does Southland get 2 teams in? Yeah. Well, it depends on what everyone else happens. I think if SFA doesn't stub their toe, they're going to be a playoff team. And I'm happy as can be for Coach Carthel. I love that dude. Super. We're gonna get him back on the show. If they make the playoffs, he's gonna be one of the first phone calls we make. Austin, if you can make that happen, that'd be great. Hopefully he's not at the fair sitting. We were talking to him. Hey, Coach, what are you riding? Nah, I ate something and got on the. I mean, didn't eat anything and got on the stupid twister ride or whatever. couldn't have it. So it's great. Hey, no, thank you guys for checking in. Great chat. Had some new people into the chat. Some oldies but goodies like Steve McKenzie and New Age was there. Austin and Colby checking in for the first times. Thank you guys for joining us. Remember, it does help us out a lot to like and subscribe. It just kind of gives us an algorithm of who's watching. I can see how long people are watching, what segments people are watching and like the most. So it does help us out. Please like the show and subscribe to YouTube. The show will be available on Spotify as well. You can rate us on Spotify. And my sweet Elizabeth called me this weekend. I'm trying to listen to the podcast on Friday, and I couldn't find. I found it, but it's only the audio. and I just realized, I didn't realize, we're also on Apple Podcasts and Amazon Podcasts. It's just audio only. So there you go. Brandon Haddock says great shoe, which is interesting because
wow.
I ain't wearing shoes.
You know what?
That's how they roll in North Alabama. I know that.
Dude, I got joking around here someplace. I'd show you my feet, but I ain't gonna do that.
Yeah, do that. All the stories about your feet already this year.
Wow. Before we wrap it up, got to send a shot. Saturday was my wife's birthday, and let me tell you, she don't ever ask for nothing or anything like that. Yeah. She had a fan, and literally she 55. Well, I shouldn't have said that. 25 again. And you and I are blessed. We got two fantastic. I just want to put that out there in the universe.
Yeah, I hope Sweet Elizabeth's watching. She was already in bed. I called her 8:30. She's dealing with teenage kids. You know, she's got some, but we do. And happy birthday to your wife. That's so great. She is blessed to have you in her life. You guys, we're blessed to have you as part of our show, Coach. And but I know you're even more blessed to have her in your life.
Yeah, and you know what? I think if I can remember, starting next week, I'm going to pick. We've been giving helmet stickers and stuff like that.
Yeah,
the Vaqueros got me fired up. I'm going to start picking the atmosphere of the week.
Okay, atmosphere of the week.
Whoever in the FCS brings the best atmosphere, and believe it or not, Eastern Kentucky's always in the run-ins. UNA is always going to be in the run-ins. I want to see, and flip side of that, I hope the Vaqueros take the largest mariachi band out to Nacogdoches or however, and turns that place around. That's my game. That's what I'm going to be. We're not traveling this week, so that's what I'm going to be locked into.
Yeah. Good stuff. Well, I look forward to it. We will do our helmet stickers on Wednesday night. We'll talk about players of the week and some of those fat stats we've been seeing. I don't think I can call it fat stats because Hack City says fat stats. So we'll call it the, I don't know. We'll figure something out. We have great people in our lives, and we love the chat. Thank you guys so much. That's going to be it for the FCS Checkdown. Appreciate you. Like and subscribe. We'll see you Wednesday night. If you guys got any requests or want to see or something, us talk about something, please DM me or Coach Jackson at McCreary Radio at GOS_Coach_Ron. Brandon Joseph still on assignment. Brandon, we love you. Hope all is well with the new house, and we hope to see you on the show soon. For all the people in the chat, again, thank you so much. You guys make it so much fun. For Coach Jackson, I'm Nathan McCreary. It's been the FCS Checkdown. Yeah, we'll see you. Oh man, I messed that up. Dang it. Here we go.